Hello, this is Dr. Mears. Today we are going to be writing an equation of a line given slope m and a point xy. And this video is for the skill of doing that. So if you need practice doing the skill of writing an equation, this is the video for you. If not, I do have a video for the application of being able to pull out those numbers from a word problem and then use your skill to write the equation. Okay, here we go. So we need to write the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line through the given point with the given slope. The first one through the point 1, -4 with a slope of -6. So here's where I would like you to label everything. The first label is the point x comma y, and the second is the slope, which is m. Then I would like you to put your slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, and usually at this point, we would be able to input the slope. So what we would be doing is we would be taking this -6 and inputting it for m. However, we don't have a b. We are missing that b value that we're used to. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to use this formula, manipulate it with this point that they give us so that we can solve and find b. So I want you to notice they gave you an x. That's 1. We have an x in the slope-intercept form. So this is multiplication. So what I would like you to do is I would like you to input that 1 for the x value. This is plus the letter b, which is the variable b. And what we need to do, I'm going to make this look like more like a 6. Now we're going to input the y value, which they gave us in the point -4, -4. So here it becomes a solving for the variable b part. -4, we're going to multiply -6 times 1, which is going to give us a -6 plus b. We have to solve for b, so we have to add 6 to both sides to bring it over to the other side of the equal sign. -4, this is supposed to be plus, thank you very much. -4 plus 6 is going to be 2. That is going to be our b value. So our b value is 2. So now that we have our slope m and our y-intercept b, we can use our skill of being able to substitute it into y equals mx plus b again. So y equals -6x plus 2. And this is going to be our equation of a line given the point 1, -4 and a slope of -6. So let's try it again. Number 2, through the point x, y, -5, 1, given the slope m. They did not give us our y-intercept, which is our b, so we're going to have to find it. We find it through the manipulation of this formula with the numbers that they give us. Our y value is 1. I'm going to put that in for y. Notice I'm just really putting it right underneath where that y value is, bringing down my equal sign. Our slope is 1/5, 1 over 5. Now I'm going to put this into parentheses because it is a fraction. I like to enter fractions into any type of equations using parentheses. This is multiplication, so I am going to be multiplying by my x value, which is -5. And I do not know what my b value is, so I'm going to put plus b. Now, 1/5 times -5. In your calculator, in your graphing calculator, if you use these parentheses, and these parentheses in your graphing calculator are above the 8 and above the 9. So if you use these parentheses, and I'm going to show you, because I do not want you to get confused with the fraction. So if you input it with the parentheses, times, and you input that -5, and that's what we have to do. We have to do 1/5 times -5. If you do that and you press enter, it's going to give you the answer. Now, if you did not get the answer, if it was a decimal, you can always turn it into a fraction by pressing this math button. And what it does is this first one says to fraction. And so if you press that, it's going to put it into a fraction. Now, our original wasn't a fraction, so that's why it didn't come out. But our answer is -1. So let's input that. 1 equals -1 plus b. Okay. Now we have to solve for b, so let's add this 1 to both sides in order to move it over to the other side of the equal sign. b equals 2. Oh, that's really funny. That's the same one. That doesn't happen very often. So y equals inputting the slope 1/5, and you know what? I like putting parentheses around it. 1/5 times x plus 2, because b is my 2, so I have my m, I have my b, so put your m in, put your b in. You don't necessarily have to write it with parentheses. On my other video, where we're writing an equation of a line with just slope and y-intercept, I did this, y equals 1/5 times x, but I made sure that you knew that this x either is going to be belonging to that 1 or it's going to be multiplied by this whole entire fraction. Do not put it in the denominator with the 5. That is going to be completely wrong, so just be careful. And then plus 2. So either way you want to write it, absolutely fine. Just be careful of where the location of your x is when you absolutely write it. Okay, 2 more and then we'll be finished. So here we go, number 3 through the point x, y, 3, 4 with the slope m. We do not have b, and that's what we're going to need to find. So we're going to manipulate this formula by substituting what we have in. Y is 4 equals m is 4/3, x is 3 plus b. Again, if you want to do this in your calculator, that's fine. If not, these actually are going to drop out. Y equals 4 plus b. We're going to subtract 4 from both sides. Now here is where a lot of young mathematicians get confused because all of a sudden 4 minus 4, it does equal 0, which is absolutely fine. 0 is a number too. So b just is actually 0. So b is 0. So the y-intercept, the line will cross the y-intercept at 0, which is okay. So keep moving on with your work, don't stop. So we're going to input the slope of 4/3 x, so y equals 4/3 x, and you can put plus 0 because that is our b. However, you may see the line written like this a lot. Oh, no plus 0, sorry. You may see it written just like this, y equals 4/3 x. So I put a couple extra things. I put these parentheses so that I know it's being multiplied by my x, and I also put in the b with plus 0. Either one is correct. You may choose either way to write it, but just know that these two do mean the same thing. And if I don't have a number for b, it is 0, so that does represent plus 0. Okay, so let's move on to the next one, which is our last one for the day. And we have the point, -2, 3, and we have the slope of -3. And here we need our b. So we're going to go and write down our slope-intercept form. We're going to substitute our numbers in, -3 times -2. So slope was -3, x was -2, the 3 was the y. We don't have b. Let's multiply, and I hope you're realizing we're doing the same steps over, substituting the numbers in, multiplying these two numbers, and then we're going to bring over this number using inverse operation, so -6 to cross it out. So b equals 3 minus 6, which is -3. We're not done yet because our b is -3, so we have m and b. So let's actually write our equation. Y equals -3x, -3, and then b is going to be a minus, so -3. So here we go. This has been writing an equation of a line given a point and slope. I hope it helped. Please practice this skill and move on to applications where we're actually pulling out these numbers from a word problem. Thank you. Have a good day.